Entrepreneurs. One of the reasons I take what I do so seriously is because I understand how having bad information can really affect your business. I've seen it. I have seen people go down the road and they thought they knew something, they thought they understood it, and only to find out that what they thought was wrong. And by that time, you're locked in and you're in a situation that you have to really work to get out of. I'm not saying that you can't get out of it. I'm just saying that it's a lot of work. I've seen it with taxes, real true story. I had a friend who knew that this is what I did for a living. I don't know why the friend was not allowing me to do the taxes, but they were not. And I even asked, could I share this story? Because once again, it's my friend. And she was like, sure, because I want people to know and I want them to be aware. When she did come to me, she came to me, she gave me 1 year of her return to do. I did that return. In the process, they were asking her about a previous year where someone else did the return and got her back like $10,000. So she was like, no, no, I got that. Don't worry about it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I tried to stop her from sending in bank statements. I was like, please don't do that. And she was like, no, no, this is what they're asking or whatever. Trust me, I got it. Well, she did not have it. They sent back the bank statements and told her, hey, I don't know who you think we are. Basically, the letter was like, the letter literally said, we are not your bookkeeper. Okay. So, and that sending that did not clear up anything. It didn't change anything. Now, let me back up. The person who did her return, she did not make a lot of money working for somebody else. So what they did was the same way you guys play around with TurboTax. They figured out how much money she needed to make to get her to what we call the sweet spot. You guys already know what the sweet spot is where you can get the maximum amount of money depending on the dependents that you carry. And that's when you look at that earned income table. Yeah, play around with it and say, okay, this is where I can get the sweet spot. Well, she added the money to her, saying she made this much in her business, but she did not give her business any expenses. It's impossible to have a business with no expenses. It's impossible to have a business where you don't write off anything. So that was a huge red flag, and it made the IRS pull it. And of course, they said, look, you've got to show proof or you're going to have to refund that $10,000. So, like I said, the irony is she knew I did that for a living. She should have come to me as soon as she got the letter. But she tried to handle it on her own. The results were they sent it back and told her, hey, we are not your bookkeeper. Well, of course, she asked me to do it then, but by that time, there was really nothing I could do because anything that I added to what was already on those statements was going to land her into more trouble. When I looked at the bank statements and the stuff that she highlighted did not add up or explain anything. And either way, if it was expenses that she was highlighting, it would have still reduced the amount of money that she made, meaning she would still have to return some of that $10,000. My point is, don't try to do this on your own. I know you're trying to figure out and you try to think what's the best scenario for right now or what can I do, or a lot of people who do not do taxes for a living but they kind of do it on the side as a hustle. They'll play around with it. You may look out for years and then you'll hit that one time where something happens. So now we're having to work her out of the situation, which is why she told me I could share it, because she was like, this is a good scenario. I should have listened to you from the beginning. I didn't, but now we're working our way out of it. But she didn't have to get into it to begin with. So all I'm telling you is that even if you let one of your homegirls, your friends, remember that when it comes to your taxes, ultimately it doesn't matter what you say, you're held accountable, and ignorance is no excuse of the law, and they will tell you that every time. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee. Stop trying to do things on your own that's not in your wheelhouse. It's nothing wrong with saying you need help. It's nothing wrong with doing the things that you do. I always support and promote people who do certain things. I'm not your technology chick. I know I have somebody who has business and she is excellent in technology, and I will always refer. I am not I am not the chef. Can I cook? Absolutely. But my son is a chef, so I always promote and use his services. In other words, reciprocity is not just being nice to your friends, but when it comes to businesses, black people, entrepreneurs, anybody, small business owners, when you show up and you support another business, you're bringing back business to yourself, because that support will always come back to you. But when you try to do everything and stretch yourself thin, you find out and wind up not doing the very thing that you are supposed to do. I'm just saying, like I said, in my line of work, I see a lot, and I want to see you win. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee of Doing Business Better, all up in your business. Now let's do it better. Bye bye.